Welcome to Wisdom Series with Dr. Daniel. This is where I share insight from my meditation and practical life lessons and life wisdom that I believe will be helpful to you on your journey in life. Today, I want to share with you about legacy. You see, there was a man that lived between 1833 to 1896. He was a Swedish chemist, an inventor, and a businessman. He was such a brilliant scientist and well known for his invention of dynamite. His name is Alfred Nobel. He was the one that invented dynamite. And his original intention for inventing dynamite was for it to be used in the construction work. But over time, dynamite became a very active component in making war equipment. So it was being used in warfare. And in 1888, something happened. A French newspaper erroneously published the obituary of Alfred Nobel. They thought Alfred had died, but it wasn't Alfred that died, it was his brother that died. But the French newspaper erroneously published the obituary, and the obituary said, "The merchant of death is dead. The merchant of death is dead." Alfred happened to read this obituary and he was shocked. He was shocked. That is this how I'm going to be remembered after my death? Imagine, just imagine you, God forbid, but just imagine you reading your obituary, what people are going to say about you. How will you feel? And they said, "The merchant of death is dead." So Alfred happened to come across this obituary and he read it, he saw it and said, "Wow, is this what people will say after my exit?" So he was shocked by that statement that the merchant of death is dead. So what did he do? In 1895, because he wanted to be known as a benefactor of humanity. So in 1895, he rewrote his will. And when he did that, he left a vast majority of his fortune to establish a fund that will be used towards rewarding, honoring, celebrating people that have contributed immensely to the development and the growth of humanity. And that is what led to the Nobel Prizes. Talk about the Nobel Prizes, Peace Award, in literature, in science, and all of that. Why am I sharing this? What do I really want you to take away from this? You see, basically, my goal of sharing this with you is to bring you to that place of reflection. And two points that I want you to reflect over carefully. Number one is to ask yourself, what will I be remembered for? What will I be remembered for? And if you want to ask that question in a different version, to say, how do I want to be remembered? How do I want to be remembered? You see, every time I ask myself that question, I always say that question in three levels. And I ask myself, number one is, this question, what do I want to be remembered for? I asked myself, I said, first, how do I want God and heaven to remember my existence on this earth? How do I want God and heaven to remember my existence on this earth? And the second part of that question that I usually ask myself and take time to reflect over is, how do I want humanity to remember me? What do I want humanity to remember me for? And the third aspect of that question is, how do I want my family to remember me? So these are the three levels that I usually ask myself that question about how do I want to be remembered? And I invite you also to that place of reflection. The second question that I would like you to reflect on carefully is to ask yourself, are you working consciously on a daily basis in the direction of fulfilling that purpose, of fulfilling that goal, that thing that you want to be remembered for? So you ask yourself, am I working consciously? Am I working daily in the direction of fulfilling, of achieving this goal that I want to be remembered for? You see, when you begin to reflect in this direction, it has a way of shaping your perspective, your view about life. It has a way of ordering your steps. It has a way of guiding your actions. It has a way of directing you. It has a way of shaping your perspective about life. And it has a way of refining the things that you give your attention to, the things that you prioritize when you begin to think in this direction. And it makes you to see life that is a temporary thing, that you are just here for a period of time. No one is going to be here forever. No one is going to be here forever. I know this is a very difficult reflection to do. I know these are tough questions to reflect over. But the truth and the reality is that if we really want to leave an impact on this earth, if we really want to live and then fulfill our purpose for existence, these are part of the tough questions that we need to ask ourselves and reflect on a daily basis. They are tough questions, but they are needful. They will help us to guide our steps in the way we live. My name is Dr. Daniel Adewuni, and I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel. If you have found this helpful, if you think this content is something that someone else also needs to hear, to listen to, please like, share your comments. In the comments, share your idea about the topic, add your own contribution, and you can also please share to other people so that the message can go across. The whole idea is to encourage one another to live a purposeful life. I wish you all the best till when next I come your way. Stay blessed and live a focused, purposeful life. God bless you.